People keep wondering why Donald Trump can't stop talking about Greenland. And at first glance, it makes no sense. It's cold. It's remote. Barely anyone lives there. For decades, it's quietly existed under Denmark, completely outside the global spotlight. But right now, Greenland is turning into one of the most important pieces of land on the planet. And the reason isn't politics. It's power. Greenland sits in one of the most absurdly strategic locations on Earth, almost perfectly between North America and Europe, right next to key Arctic waters. During the Cold War, the U.S. already understood this. That's why American military infrastructure exists there to this day. So no, this isn't about needing new bases. If the U.S. wanted more access, it could just ask. What's really driving the obsession is what's under the ice. Greenland holds massive reserves of rare earth minerals, the materials that modern civilization literally runs on. Smartphones, electric vehicles, fighter jets, satellites, missiles, all of them depend on these elements. Right now, much of the global supply is controlled by China, and that's a strategic nightmare for Washington. On top of that, Greenland may sit on tens of billions of barrels of oil and enormous gas reserves. Even conservative estimates put its underground value in the trillions. That's not just wealth, that's leverage over energy markets for decades. And then there's the Arctic itself. The Arctic is warming nearly 4 times faster than the rest of the planet. Ice that made these waters impassable for thousands of years is retreating. And as it melts, something huge is happening. New shipping routes are opening, routes that can cut weeks off global trade between Asia, Europe, and North America. Less fuel, less time, less dependency on choke points like the Suez or Panama canals. And Greenland sits right in the middle of it all. Control the Arctic routes and you influence global trade. And around 80% of world trade still moves by sea. This is why Russia is aggressively militarizing its Arctic coast. This is why China, a country nowhere near the Arctic, is investing billions and calling itself a near-Arctic power. And this is why the U.S. is suddenly waking up and realizing it's falling behind. Greenland becomes the key to staying relevant. Greenland doesn't want to play this game. In 2021, its government bans new oil and gas exploration entirely. Not because the resources aren't there, but because extracting them is expensive, risky, and environmentally destructive. Greenland is thinking long-term survival, not short-term dominance. That puts it on a direct collision course with leaders who view climate change as an inconvenience and resources as destiny. So can Greenland actually be bought? Officially, no. Denmark has been clear. It's not for sale. And invading a NATO ally would traditionally be unthinkable. But the global rules that once felt permanent don't feel so solid anymore. That's why this likely isn't about an actual purchase. It's pressure, influence, signaling, making sure Greenland doesn't drift into someone else's sphere before the U.S. locks its position in place. Because whether anyone likes it or not, Greenland's value is only rising. As the ice keeps melting, as shipping lanes expand, as resource competition intensifies, this frozen island keeps getting hotter in geopolitical terms. And that's why Greenland isn't a joke. It's a preview of how the next global power struggle is going to be fought.